And now it's time for Eagle Recap with KBZE 105.9 FM and Central Catholic High School coach C.L. Grogan. Eagle Recap is being brought to you by A.J. Doman Chevrolet.
Harley Holland here with A.J. Doman Chevrolet Cadillac in Berwick, Louisiana. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. Hey, we can help you. We understand. With your good job and your down payment, we can get you riding in a new vehicle today. Come down and see us at A.J. Doman Chevrolet Cadillac and let us show you how easy we can make it for you. A.J. Doman Chevrolet Cadillac in Berwick, Louisiana.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's a new season of Eagle Recap. I'm Coach Grogan with the Central Catholic Eagles. Quick recap on week 1 against Central Private. The Eagles took a nice trip to Central Louisiana. Our guys handled the trip very well. We got out there. We were very mentally prepared for the trip. It was one of our longest trips to begin the season off with, and I was very pleased with our performance. Leading the way was Mr. Demondrick Blackburn. He led us with 22 carries, 184 yards rushing, and 3 touchdowns. Followed second by a young freshman, Cash Baker, who stepped in, and some late dude in the fourth quarter, and he also had a 100-yard game. So we were very excited about everything we did offensively in that first game against Central Private, and we just continue to roll on into the next week against Abbeville. Defensively against Central Private, we were led by 2 great interceptions by Mr. Drake Rock at the cornerback position for us, and also Mr. Jack Leapre led us also in the tackle department and with an interception. Mr. Andrew Cavalier has been playing real big for us on both sides of the ball thus far this season, playing a lot of linebacker for us and making a lot of plays defensively. We went right on into week 2 against a big-time battle against a very good quality 3A opponent in the Abbeville Tigers. They were ranked number 7 in 3A at the time, and we had a game. We had a really good game, really grudge match. Coach Moore had those guys coached up and ready to come out fighting. We had a very, very good grudge match with them last year when we went to Abbeville. This year we got to return the favor. They got to come visit us in Morgan City, and what can I say? It was a heck of a game. And it came down to the last possession. We threw up a prayer, and Mr. Demondrick Blackburn came down with that prayer for us. Just to go over some stats for that game, Demondrick, again, 17 carries, 164 yards rushing that game, 3 rushing touchdowns. He also had 7 receptions for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. So altogether, he had 5 touchdown total again week 2. And like I say, offensively, we've been a lot balanced lately. We've been able to run the ball. We've been able to pass the ball whenever we needed to. My big thing going forward is just make sure we keep everybody healthy. My quarterback, Caleb O'Kine, suffered a little minor injury in that game against Abbeville. So we had to sit on week 3 when we played against Riverside. And we had to step up. Second team of Benjamin Case, who came off the bench. Lucky Lefty came in and did great for us. It wasn't the finish that we wanted. We couldn't get the win that we wanted against this very good Riverside team. Defensively, we put up a great effort in the second half. I just wish we could have started the game off with that same effort. And we just got to continue to get better at tackling. We got to get better at tackling ball carriers. We got to get better at tackling elusive quarterbacks when they're breaking down in the pocket. But we made it a decent enough game where if we ran up against them in the future in the playoffs, we like our chances. Quick recap of week 4, Covenant Christian, our first district game. Coming in, we knew Covenant Christian was going to be a scrappy team. All week we prepared for them to be in the spread, and they show up Thursday night and they come out in the veer, split back veer. So we had to adjust on the fly defensively. So hats off to our defensive staff for making the quick adjustment, getting the guys coached up on that so we can make the adjustments. Offensively, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot a few times, started behind the sticks with a few holding penalties and a few alignment penalties, but we got that adjusted quickly. Big shout out to my offensive staff on that, getting those guys organized, getting all those things fixed. And sophomore Benjamin Case made his second career start against Covenant Christian. Statistic-wise, Demondrick Blackburn had another big game for the Eagles. He only had 12 carries for 215 yards, 5 rushing touchdowns. Thomas Nini also scored a rushing touchdown for the Eagles also. When we come back, we're going to meet a few of the Central Catholic Eagles.
that melty cheese you crave with double the steak is back at Taco Bell. The Double Steak Grilled Cheese Burrito.
Suicide is a leading cause of preventable death in the United States. Knowing 3 simple digits, 988, can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
We're back with Eagle Recap. I'm here with Mr. Demondre Blackburn, number 4, our running back for the Central Catholic Eagles. We're going to review a little bit of Week 1's game against Central Private, our first road trip of the season. Mr. Demondre, can you tell us a little bit about your game you had Week 1 at Central Private?
I had 13 carries, 484 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
So how did you feel your team overall as a team? How did you guys play?
To say it was our first game, we had a scrimmage, a jamboree. I think we came out there and we did our job as we supposed to.
How do you think your offensive line played?
I think offensive line played good. No mental mistakes, but we get better each and every week from that.
Defensively, Demondre, how do you think we did?
I think we did great. Had a little mental mistakes, but we got better from that.
Special team wise?
I think special teams, we did great on that too.
Okay, Mr. Blackburn, recapping our Abbeville game, you know, how would you want to describe your performance against Abbeville?
I had 22 carries, 477 yards, and 4 touchdowns rushing. And I had 7 receptions for 60 yards, 64 yards for 1 touchdown.
All right, sounds like you had a pretty good game now. Quick recap against the Riverside game for Mr. Demondre. Demondre, how did you feel like you performed against Riverside Academy?
I think I did good. I think I could have played better. I had 18 carries for 88 yards rushing.
And 2 touchdowns.
And 2 touchdowns.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about your receiving.
I had 3 catches for 181 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's a pretty decent game right there, Mr. Demondre.
Yes, sir.
I'm here with my main man, Andrew Cavalier, and he's here to talk to you guys a little bit about his performance the first 3 weeks of the season.
Week 1, we did pretty good, shutting down the run. They were mostly a run-heavy team, and we stopped them, put a goose egg. Week 2, they were another run-heavy team and did a pretty good job stopping them too. Week 3, had a little bit of trouble stopping the run, but we gave it our best.
All right. How do you think your performance had been as of far the first 3 weeks of the season of your senior year, with you having to play so much linebacker for us and also having to play so much offensive tackle?
Playing both of them, I think I'm doing pretty good, balancing it, not putting too much effort towards one. I'm keeping the balance and doing my job on both.
Okay. And I'm pretty glad to be your head coach and have you willing to do those things for us, because Andrew is also big on our special teams for us. He's also one of our deep snappers. Can you talk to him a little bit about your special teams experience?
Snapping, I had a few mess ups, not too many. And last week we had a muff punt, returned it, led to a big drive for us. Momentum shifter, kind of.
Okay. So, also tell the viewers some of the changes you made from the springtime to prepare yourself for the grind that you knew you was going to have to get yourself together to play both ways for us this season. Tell the viewers a little bit about what you had to do for yourself to mentally prepare yourself and physically get yourself together for the season.
I had to learn how to do more cardio, keep my running up, run after practice, and be ready to go both ways.
And eat.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Cavalier. This time I'm here with my guy, Mr. Gary Nightcar. How you doing, Gary?
I'm doing pretty good today.
Gary's another one of my senior guys. Had to change his number this year. Changed him to number 19. Expecting Gary to do some big things for us this year. He played a lot of defensive end for us last year. This year, we crossed him over to the other side. He's gonna play a lot of tight end for us this year also. You'll see him in a lot of different packages with us offensively. And I'm here to talk with my guy, Gary. Gary, can you tell the viewers, what did you do for yourself from the spring to the summertime to prepare yourself for this upcoming senior season?
I mean, I had to put in that work in the weight room with the summer program, which is a really good program. I think it did wonders. I had to put on some weight so I could be better defensively, holding my gaps, containing the edge. But it just took a lot of eating and working out, and it worked.
Okay. And I can contest to that. Gary's definitely a hard worker. So Gary, how many pounds did you gain since the springtime until now for you to be in the position that you are now to be ready to go to Warrior Week?
At the end of last school year, I was like 160, 170 in between, and now I'm steady at 200. So I put on a good 30 pounds.
Put on a good, healthy 30 pounds.
Yes,
Healthy
sir.
30 pounds. Stand up for the view. Let me check you out. Stand up, y'all. Healthy. Gary Nightcar right here. Take a seat, Gary. Take a seat. So, Gary, over the first 3 weeks of the season, talk to the viewers, tell the viewers about your experience in playing those week 1 games where we had to travel to the Central Private, to the week 2 thrill at home against Abbeville, until the week 3 game, the heartbreaker last week against Riverside.
I think week 1, it was a good warm-up. Like, let us just go hit something for the first time in a while. It was good, but then week 2 sort of like stepped up and they hit a little harder, but we still able to like stop the run and do all that and get the job done. And then week 3, I would say they hit even harder. But even though we had struggles, we almost put ourselves in a position to win the game.
That's it. That's all we ask. Gary, I got one more question for you, Gary.
What's up, Coach?
Who's a better basketball player, you or your Uncle Tony Boba?
Oh, that's a tough one, man. He played at the next level.
So you're going to go ahead and defer and say Uncle Tony's a better basketball player?
I'll have to give him his props. He played at the next level, something I couldn't do.
Go Demons. This time I'm here with senior defensive lineman, offensive lineman, Mr. Ja'Cory Johnson. Mr. Ja'Cory, I just want you to give our viewers a brief preview of your experience, of the things you had to do to get yourself together for your senior football season. Take us through that quick journey that you went through with your transformation, everything that you had to do to get yourself where you needed to be for you to perform to the ability that you've been performing for us the first 3 weeks.
So first, I had to stay in shape because I knew during the summer I had to go both ways, most likely, on offense and defense. So pretty much stayed in shape, made sure I did something every single day, and then just worked out every day, or as much as I could, and I just trained every day. Just did something every day.
Talk to us more about your nutrition and how you changed up your diets and the things that you ate to give yourself that proper weight loss so you can build up that muscle the way you did.
I started eating less like sugary stuff, and I didn't eat as much as I were to eat, like how I did eat. So.
Okay. And talk about how you put on all that strength and how you developed all that strength with your trainer and everything. Talk about the different workouts and the different things you had to do to get your body set to that new weight that you have.
After every workout, I had to eat a good amount of protein, and I had to work. I worked parts of my body like every week, not every week, but every day.
Okay. And going forward, Ja'Cory, like what do you want? What do you want for your defense? What do you want to happen for your defense as a goal for the season?
So I want us to get better every week, and not to let other offensive scores on us.
Okay. So how did it feel last week when you got the call that said, well, Coach, Ja'Cory, you got to start this week on the offensive line and the defensive line, How did you feel when you got that call?
I just felt like I had to step up. I just had to learn the plays, and it wasn't really that big of a deal to me.
Right, just embrace it. Everything you've been doing your whole life already.
I was just ready for it.
That's it. Here we go. Ja'Cory Johnson, everybody. I'm here with my 3-year starter on the offensive line, Mr. Elijah Brown. Mr. Elijah, how you doing today, Mr. Elijah?
I'm good.
How you feeling today, Mr. Elijah?
Great.
Mr. Elijah, I need you to briefly, tell me a little bit about your experience the first 3 weeks of the season, and just tell me a little bit more about what you had to do for yourself to prepare yourself mentally and physically from the spring through the summertime until now to prepare yourself for the football season?
The first 3 weeks were arguably good for me, myself, as a team. We definitely could have did better, especially on week 3. First week we had the goose egg. Second week we had our struggle, but we still pulled through. Third week we struggled, we came close, but we came up short. But overall, we still did good. During the spring, we did a lot of conditioning, lots and lots of conditioning, the whole team. And that prepared me mentally to go both ways when necessary, and especially to go on the 4th quarter run, whenever it's that close down to the wire.
More in particular, Mr. Elijah Brown, I want to speak to you more about things on the academic side. So we were talking earlier about your ACT score. What's your current ACT score?
My current ACT score is a 24 composite.
Okay, so and what is your current GPA right now?
3.7.
3.7. And you're able to do all of that and have all that success academically and still perform for us on the football field, correctly?
Yes.
Yes, so I encourage all other young athletes to, follow Elijah Brown with that. If you're going to be a 3-year start on the field, try to at least make sure you're a scholar athlete too in the classroom. That's one thing we're going to always salute Elijah and a lot of our other Central Catholic Eagle guys about is we also make sure we attack it in the classroom too and on the field. So, Mr. Elijah, I want you to briefly, talk to us about that week 1 matchup that we had with Central Pride. We had to take that road trip. Talk to us a little bit about it. Because I know we had a little lightning delay, so we got that game started off a little later. The gym was hot. They had us set up in a hot gym and all that other stuff, So we had to defeat all those odds. So just briefly talk to us about how you and your fellow seniors rallied up and got all the younger guys to flow with you guys, even though we went to that hostile environment on week 1 and did what we did.
I had to stay ready. It is what it is. The conditions are whatever. It don't matter what the conditions are. You have to go out there and play. It don't matter.
Right here with Mr. Elijah Brown. We'll be hearing more from him in the future.
So hello everyone, and thanks for being here. Today is a great day. It's a great day to be a Colonel. We are so grateful for the partnership that we're entering with Thibodeau Regional Health System Sports Complex. With over 30 years of partnership between us, we're excited for our community, our student athletes to be able to bring NCAA and the D1 competition to the best multi-purpose facility in the state. For sure, the best in the state. This new complex impacts over 10 of our 17 sports and will make a difference not only for our student athletes, but for our community and surrounding areas.
We couldn't be more excited to be here for this launch. Standing by my friend, Mr. Greg Stock. I want to thank him, the whole Thibodeau Regional team, the board of directors at the hospital. They've been gracious and generous through this entire process. This partnership, the union of these two brands can transform the community, transform our region. We can host more NCAA Division I events, help fill the local hotels, fill the restaurants. This Thibodeau Regional and Nichols partnership impacts about 350 student athletes, their families, their friends. The tennis, volleyball, track, field venues will put us on the map for hosting regional competitions and even national competitions. For that and so much more, I want to thank Mr. Greg Stock, the Thibodeau Regional Health System Board of Directors, staff, hospital. We're so fortunate to have this health system in our community, and we are most fortunate to have it on our doorstep. So I want to thank all of you and thank Mr. Stock.
Great. Thank you for those comments. Much appreciated. The thought process probably started 6 or 7 years ago. And really then it was, could you do this? Is it possible? Can we make this work? We could see the need, we thought, with Nichols and with the community in the area, and to me, mostly the young people, mostly the youth that will come here and play on these fields. What kind of experience will they have? Facilities are only part of that, of course, but that part we hope would be a very, very good one. We really appreciate you guys, your whole staff, everybody that's spent time on this as well. being able to work with you because we think we're laying the foundation for something really good. This is what's here today. It doesn't mean that it has to just stop here, stop where it started. It means there's lots of doors that will open, and it provides a foundation for those doors to open. Yeah, so many ways that we're connected and so many ways we can be even more connected. Thank you for coming today.
Welcome back. Eagle Recap. This segment right here is Hot Seat. I got number 4, Mr. Demondrick Blackburn in the hot seat today. How you doing today, Demondrick?
Great.
Demondrick, what's your favorite color?
Black.
Black?
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite running back of all time? All time. Favorite running back?
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. That's a. I can't even argue with that. I can't even argue with that. Barry Sanders. All right, Demondrick Blackburn. If you could choose any car in the world right now, what would it be?
A Lamborghini yours.
Why?
Because it's nice. It's pretty, beautiful. Everything I can ask for.
Okay. One more question. Who's the better number 4? You or your brother?
Me, definitely. Yeah.
All right, there it is. I got Andrew Cavalier right here with me. This is my guy right here. Andrew, I got to ask you some questions. I got you in the hot seat. You know, I'm going to ask you a few things. Who's the fastest player on our football team?
Tafont now.
Man. Who's the fastest lineman?
Oh, that's me.
That's you?
That's not a question.
All right. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Why red?
I go with Central colors.
That's a good answer right there. Who's your favorite football team?
Saints. Hey, hometown.
Who's your favorite football player of all time? Favorite football player?
Probably Ray Lewis.
That's it. Ray Lewis. Cut it. Got my homie Gary Nycar right here with me. Gary, I got to ask you a few questions, bro. What's your favorite video game to play?
I had to go with 2K. I like basketball.
Okay, now since you said 2K, I got to ask you this question. Are you even good in 2K?
Come on now, man.
No, I'm serious because I hear a lot. Like kids say I'm good in 2K, and then we find out they just playing a part, and they're really not that good.
Like I just started the part like last year, so I'm really into the play now. Like I'm like that in play now, man.
You play Madden?
A little bit, not too much. I ain't buy the game. I'll go play it at my friend's house though.
So you don't play Madden?
A little bit.
Oh, what's your favorite color?
I had to go black too.
Black? Why?
I like to wear the color.
Okay.
Look good.
So, Gary, I gotta ask you this question. Okay. You're a senior, right?
Yes, sir.
Who's the fastest person on the team?
I have to go to Margaret. Especially in the open field.
Demondrick? All right, we're going to have to see one day. All right. That's Gary Nycar, hot seat. I got Mr. Ja'Cory Johnson right here in the hot seat with me, and I already know he a little nervous right now because he don't even know what I'm going to ask him right now. He a little nervous right now. So, Ja'Cory, who's your favorite NFL player of all time?
I'm probably going to have to say Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders. There we go. That's mine. Deion Sanders. All right, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Why blue?
It's like a bright color.
Like a bright color. Pink is a bright color too.
I like light blue.
Light blue.
Yeah.
So Columbia blue or light blue?
Light blue.
Light blue?
Yeah.
Baby blue? Columbia blue? Light blue?
Light blue.
Light blue still?
Yeah.
All right, light blue. Ja'Cory, I got to ask you this question. Now, don't worry about nobody that's on the sidelines over there. Who's the fastest person on our team?
I say probably Fat or Smokey.
That's it. Cut. Hot seat over with. Next. I got my main man, Elijah Brown, right here with me. I got him in the hot seat, so I got to ask him a few questions. I know he's going to be straight and direct with me on these questions. So, what's your favorite color, Elijah?
Red.
Why red, Elijah?
School color.
All right, you get that one. Who's your favorite NFL player of all time?
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice. That's original. I mean, a lot of guys ain't gonna say Jerry Rice's name, but Jerry Rice is one of the best to ever do it ever season. That's a fact. All right, straight down to it. Who's the fastest on the team?
DeMondre Blackburn.
DeMondre Blackburn, your final answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There you have it, fellas. On the hot seat for the first episode of the season. I guess we're going to go with DeMondre Blackburn, the fastest on the team for right now. To be continued. You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Give me some.
Franklin Foundation Hospital is excited to announce the construction of our wellness center that is scheduled to open in 2023. The 60,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility will offer many new services including cardiac rehab, senior behavioral health, fitness facility, indoor walking track, pools, and much more. Our existing services including orthopedics, cardiology, and outpatient therapy will also be located in the wellness center. It's just one of the many ways we are moving forward for greater health care at Franklin Foundation Hospital.
We're right here. Hey, thanks for locking it in on the Steve Harvey Morning Show right here on KBZE 105.9 FM.
Welcome back to Eagle Recap. This is Coach Grogan. Quick look ahead to this week's opponent, Generette. Generette's new to the district. Coach C.C. Paul, very, very familiar friend of mine. He's going to have those guys really coached up and ready to go this week. Our second road trip, we got to be able to handle this road trip, quick trip to Generette. Offensively, the Generette Tigers, they're 3-1 ball club. They've been moving the ball pretty well all season. So they have a really good tight end, a really good wide receiver, some things we're going to have to do defensively to make sure we keep those guys in check and make sure we get some good stops on third down and get off the field. We got to make sure we're watching the special teams game, especially on the kickoff. We got to, really improve in that area. And we look forward to our second district game of the season against Generette.
Join us again.
Real soon. Right here on Facebook for more Eagle Recap.